Hello there, welcome back to the Star Bazaar. Today I've got a Battlefront 2 discussion video for you guys, but this one's a little bit different from the ones we normally do here. This is going to kind of be like a hero concept video, but also not, because this is for a feature that currently does not exist in Battlefront 2, but I wanted to talk about its application and see if you guys would be interested in something like it actually coming to the game. I think it's pretty cool, but I want your guys' opinion. If you dig the idea, let me know down in a comment below, and also give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy the commentary today. But with that, let's check it out, and allow me to introduce the concept of a neutral hero in Battlefront 2. Now, I highly doubt that I'm the only one to think about this, but I think it would be a really cool idea because it would spice up the hero gameplay and give some more variety to both sides at the same time. The idea of a neutral hero is it's a hero that can be played by either the light side or the dark side, as long as the other side is not currently using that hero. It would work kind of like a reinforcement. It would have a reduced battle point cost than the regular heroes, but with every consecutive use of the neutral hero, the battle point cost would rise. The idea is that you're quote-unquote hiring these heroes, and every time you hire them, they demand more money to be used. In this case, they're demanding more battle points, but the idea is there. These neutral heroes would use up a hero slot on each side, so if you're playing Galactic Assault and you're in a phase that only allows you to have 2 heroes out, you would only be able to have the neutral hero and then one other regular hero. But like I said, these neutral heroes can be used by either side, so if the dark side, for example, is using one of the neutral heroes, once they get eliminated, the light side can then select that same neutral hero to fight for them instead. This is what makes them neutral. They can work for either side, depending on who has the battle points to pay for them. I'd imagine that the neutral hero would start out around 2,000 battle points, then once they get eliminated, that would rise to 3,000 battle points, then 4,000, then 5,000, then 6, so on and so forth, until either side decides that it's not worth spending the battle points to pay for them anymore. This gives them limited use, so we won't always see neutral heroes out. Once they get used enough, the battle point cost would just simply make it not worth it, so you wouldn't see them all the time. The main idea behind a neutral hero is that there are some characters in the Star Wars universe that don't really fit into one side or the other. They don't really work for the light side, but they don't exactly work for the dark side either. They're either in control of their own thing, or they just play whichever side works to their benefit more at that time. 2 characters that really pop out at me that I think could fill the role of the neutral hero really well are Hondo Ohnaka and Beckett from Solo. Both characters essentially work for themselves, and they only really care about achieving their own ends, which makes them perfect candidates for a neutral hero, because they don't necessarily care about the conflict on each side, they're just trying to take care of themselves and get paid. I want to look at Hondo for a little bit, because I actually tweeted these ideas out a couple months ago, back in early April, and I had this idea for the neutral hero, and I provided examples of abilities that Hondo could have as a neutral hero, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. So just like most heroes, Hondo would have 3 abilities, the first one being called Pick Muck Muck. Pick Muck Muck is Hondo's pet Kowakian monkey lizard, the same species that we see Jabba have. The idea behind this ability is similar to that of the specialist Shock Grenade. The idea is that Hondo sends out his Kowakian monkey lizard to target one enemy, which will then cause steady damage to that enemy over a course of 6 seconds and slow down their movement. It's basically a combination of Dooku's exposed weakness plus the Stinger pistol. While this could be used against infantry, the fact it only targets one player at a time means that this ability would be best suited to take care of enemy heroes. This ability would be pretty cool because you would actually see the monkey lizard attacking the target. It would take a good amount of animation work, but I think it would look really cool. His second ability would be called Electro Staff Strikes, and this would basically be a duplicate of Captain Phasma's Staff Strikes, except Hondo would be using an Electro Staff instead of just a regular staff. Just like Phasma, he would be able to chain 3 consecutive melee attacks with the Electro Staff, and every single hit would deal 3 seconds of steady shock damage, as if the target got hit by a shock grenade. It wouldn't slow them down, just cause damage, because the fact that he would have the Monkey Lizard ability to slow a target down, 2 abilities that slow targets down would be a bit overkill in my opinion. Hondo's final and middle ability would be called Pirate Leader, and I'm actually going to change it from the description that I had before, because looking back on it, from a gameplay perspective, this really wouldn't work. Before, I had the idea that Hondo would target enemies in much the same way that Lando targets enemies using his Sharp Shot ability, except instead of these shots coming from Hondo, the shots would come from different parts of the map. The idea is that Hondo, the leader, is picking out targets and his subordinate pirates are shooting them from different parts of the map. On the kill cam, you would have seen the pirate that shot you and he would be disappearing behind a tree or a rock or some other piece of cover. But the problem is, if you're on a map that doesn't have a lot of cover, I can't really imagine how this ability would work. So I'm changing Pirate Leader from a sharp shot type ability into a team buff. It would be a radius ability just like Finn's undercover team and Big Deal, and anybody within that radius would get a 20% damage boost. That's it. Nothing too fancy, just a little bit of extra damage to anybody standing close to Hondo while he has this ability active. And that is my concept for, at the very least, Hondo Ohnaka as a neutral hero in Battlefront 2, but this could easily be applied to some other characters like Beckett. In the end, he turned out to be the villain, but over the course of the movie, he was hanging out with the heroes and was one of them, so it's easy to see how he can be a neutral hero who gets to play both sides, same as Hondo. DJ from The Last Jedi might even be a good character for this as well. If you have any ideas of your own of Star Wars characters who would fit well with the neutral hero concept, drop them in a comment below, and if you want to go that far, include some ability ideas for that hero. I'm really curious what you guys come up with. But I think I've covered everything I can about the neutral hero idea. Just as a recap, it's a hero that can be chosen by either side, and every single time it gets used, its battle point cost will go up. These will include characters like Hondo or Beckett, anybody in Star Wars who is prone to playing both sides of the fight. I wouldn't say this hero class is necessary in Battlefront 2. Both sides have a really good selection of heroes now, but I think it would be really cool to see the hero working for one side all of a sudden working for the other side and seeing how it affects that team. To me, that just seems really interesting. But let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the Star Bazaar if you're a new viewer, and I think that's going to do it for this one. I'll see you all out on the battlefront. Peace.
This effort is no longer profitable!